Welcome to DAB Pumps. Today, we're going to show an example of how to use DAB's DNA Pump Selector program to select a pump for an application. This time, it's going to be a residential booster pump application. So first, you want to navigate to dabpumps.us in your browser. Once you reach our website, you scroll down to the bottom of the page, and under Technical, you choose the third selection down, which is Pump Selection Software DNA. We're going to click on that right now. Next, you want to choose the country you're in. We're in the United States, so we are going to choose United States. You can also create a user login here, and that will mean that you won't have to do this in the future. So I'm going to click on United States. The first thing you want to do is to choose your units of measure by clicking the measurement icon up here. And as I'm in the United States, I'm going to use US units. And then click OK. Now, the information we have is as follows. There's a larger house in Greenwich, New York that has a low flow well, producing 3 gallons per minute, and it has 6 bathrooms. The calculated water use for the house is a max of 14 gallons per minute, and the customer wants 60 psi on the second floor shower. How do we determine which pump to use using DNA? Well, we start with what information we have. We know this is going to be a situation where there's no incoming pressure to the pump. How do we know this? It's stated that the water source is a low flow well producing 3 gallons per minute. This means they'll need to have a cistern or tank to collect the water in to provide additional flow, so by necessity, there will be no incoming pressure. Next, we need to figure out what the pressure setting on the pump will need to be. We do that by counting the number of floors to the second story shower head. That's 2 floors. Each floor is approximately 10 feet, so that means they want 60 psi plus 20 feet of head. Head converts to psi by dividing it by 2.31, so 20 divided by 2.31 equals 8.7 psi. So we will need to set the pressure to 69 psi or 160 feet of head total. Now, we can solve this in 2 ways, by using the hydraulic selection browser or the product selection browser. We're going to start by using the hydraulic selection browser. So we're going to navigate here to hydraulic selection. Then we're going to choose self-priming and multi-stage centrifugal pumps. We're going to click here on the series button to unselect everything and just select the pumps that we think that might be appropriate. So we're going to select EasyBox, EasyBox pressurization unit, which is more than one EasyBox, the EasyBox Max, the EasyBox Mini, and the EasyBox Mini pressurization set, which is more than one EasyBox Mini. We're then going to put in our duty information. So we know that they need 14 gallons per minute. So we put in 14 under gallons per minute, and then pump pressure, as we've calculated, is going to be 69 psi. We can then click Next. Now, the hydraulic selector will always show you the most efficient option, not necessarily the least expensive option for your customer. So if you look here, the EasyBox Max 4120 pump will work. The standard EasyBox MPT unit will work. The EasyBox Max 6120 unit will work, and the EasyBox Max 85120 unit will work. I know that our customer is looking for a smaller pump, so we're going to select EasyBox. And as we can see, this provides the required duty under the curve, which is where we want it to be. We can click on Data Sheets here, and then this will provide a full data sheet for us so that we can send it to our customer and get approval. You can click on this and print it in your browser as a PDF and then email it directly to your customer. Now we're finished. We can go back or hit cancel, and then we can use the product selection browser to do the same thing. We click on product selection browser, and then we select which pump we want. We already know that it's going to be one easy box, and I figured that would probably be from the start. So we're going to click on easy box, and then we know we're probably only going to need one easy box, so we'll click on a single easy box. Now we can go to diagram here and put in our duty point. Click on duty point and put in operating data specification. Then we put in our flow, which you know is 14 gallons per minute. And then we put in our pressure, which, as we know, is 69 psi. Then click on OK. And that will show our duty point on the curve. It's underneath the curve, which means this pump is appropriate for this use. And as previous, we can provide a data sheet by clicking on data sheet. And then this will provide a full data sheet for our customer that will provide the curve, the electrical needs, the diagrams, and everything they need to select a pump. And that's how you choose a residential booster pump using the DNA Pump Selector program on dabpumps.us. Thank you for watching.